Hey Vance! So, last week you asked me what question I would like people to ask me more often. And you asked it in a very philosophical kind of manner. Like very serious, like it could get really down to the core of some issue. And the only questions I could come up with were questions like, I wish people would ask me more often who is the greatest and most humble older brother that exists, because I would gladly inform them that my wonderful older brother Vance Christofferson is the greatest and most humble brother that ever existed. And as proof, I guarantee with this next video he will deny everything I just said. So, I wish more people would ask me who is the greatest brother of all time, because I could go on and on about how great my brother is. Like he had to deal with me, and I was a special child. Or on the other spectrum, I wish people would ask me, who's the greatest sister? Because that one's a really easy question. It's that adorable child right there, right there. Victoria, my little sister, the most beautiful, adorable little girl that ever existed. And I will fight anyone who says otherwise. I wish more people would ask questions like that, because again, I have the right answers. If only I could give it to more people. And then there are the simple questions like, who wants the last slice of pizza? I wish more people would ask that question. Because I always have the right answer for that question. And it just happens to always be the same answer. Speaking of the last slice of pizza, it reminds me of a Door Monster sketch, which I've been wanting to talk with you about Door Monster anyway, so I'm just going to use that as a convenient segue. It's a sketch called Psychomachia, and it's basically it goes over the having one angel and one demon telling you what's the right decision, and then it just escalates from there with more voices in his head. It's rather fun. It's only about a 2-minute video, which a lot of their videos, a lot of Door Monsters videos are short but really fun and funny, rewatchable videos, 2 to 5 minutes. They do have their movie, The Guards Themselves, which you need to watch sometime. It is a ton of fun. It's just a ton of fun. I'm gonna put in the description kind of a short list of videos I think you should watch, just to get a feel for Door Monster, to see what whether you actually like it or not, which I'm pretty sure you'll like it. But they're a fun little group on YouTube that I really think you should look up. Now then, on to channel name. Now, I've come up with a couple of ideas that I really liked. None of the names you said really stuck. But I don't know. There's been a couple of things that kind of popped into my head, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. The first one, infinite string. Like it's a reference to the string and cup. Those cup phones that we used to use as kids. Which these videos really feel like a really long distance version of that, where like with the cup phones, I talk into the phone, you listen, and then for you to talk, you have to take your ear away and then talk into the phone, and I listen. It goes back and forth, but neither can be talking at the same time. It works the same way with our videos. I talk, you listen, and then you talk back and I listen. It goes back and forth. And because of the medium that we're using, we really have an unlimited distance that we can do this over. And I also, real quick, just kind of a prototype kind of design for what, well, the channel design thing would look like if that's the name we picked. I also figured we could have two separate ones. One for you when your mouth is on the cup, and then another one for me when my mouth is on the cup, and it just goes back and forth. The other idea that I have for channel name, well, there's a couple of variations, but across the fold, or not across the fold, or beyond the fold, or across the tester, or something like that. It's a reference to Wrinkle in Time. The main concept of testering is, if there are two planes, you can just fold them, and now two things that were not close to each other are now close to each other. And again, it's kind of along the lines of how, even though we are incredibly far apart, we're using this to stay connected, to stay close to each other. And again, I really quick made up a little design for what the channel icon type thingy could be, if that's a name we went with. I don't know. I'm curious what your thoughts are on these, because I'm I like both of them, but yeah, because that's really what both, at least to me, feel like they represent what this is supposed to be. It represents, yeah, what this is supposed to be. That is my last thoughts for the moment on the name and stuff. Also, I've found it is really fun to design these types of icon type stuff. Yeah, it's wait, in 3D Paint, you can take a 3D model that you've made and apply a picture to it like a sticker. So I took a North American map and applied it to a curved object that I made in Design Spark Mechanical, and so that's kind of, and then especially, yeah. So I don't know. It's really fun. Doesn't take a lot of time. So I don't know. I'm curious what other thoughts you have, like what thoughts you have on my names, or if you have any other names that you think of, or back and forth that we can talk over. But I'm curious what your thoughts are, because doing the icons was fun. So I've got a feeling no matter what name we pick, I'm doing the icons. Unless you've got a sketch out already or something like that. But yeah. So, and then finally, my question for you, Vance. Okay, in video games, okay, Vance, there is this thing called a video game. It's like a movie, but you get to interact with it and control it. It's a lot of fun. You should look into it sometime. All patronizing aside, in video games, there are times that you can just obtain a skill, or sometimes just instantly attain mastery of something. Something you already knew, or something that was completely out of your spectrum. My question for you, Vance, is if you could choose one thing that you in real life could just instantly learn instantly gain mastery over, what would that be and why? And yeah, that's my question for you, Vance. I know your life is getting really busy right now, and so is mine. Only 2 weeks left in the semester, so I probably should go. So that's what I'm gonna do. Say hi to Canada for me.